A direct object follows the verb, transitive to find a direct object. Just one room after the verb.
Hi, fourth grade. Today we're going to talk about direct objects, transitive verbs, and pattern 2 sentences. So pause the video, grab a piece of paper and a pencil. Open up your textbook to page 214. Read reference 121 on your own. It says direct object, verb transitive, and pattern 2. And then I'm going to explain what this is saying. Okay, so the first thing that it talks about is direct objects. A direct object is always a noun or a pronoun, but it's not the subject noun. It completes the meaning of the sentence, but it's always part of the predicate, never part of the subject. You label the direct object DO when you're classifying. The verb in a sentence that has a direct object is always called a transitive verb or a verb transitive. You label the verb transitive VT, and we call the pattern of this sentence pattern 2, and we label it subject noun, verb transitive, direct object, pattern 2, or SNVTDOP2. I'm going to show you how to do this with our example sentence below. It says, Blake bought a sandwich. Now we just follow the steps to classify, and this is actually easier than you think. So we first want to ask ourselves, who bought a sandwich? So who is the sentence about? The answer is Blake. So it's our subject noun. What is being said about Blake? So what did he do? What's the action? He bought. So that's our transitive verb. We're going to label it VT. And Blake bought what? What was bought? What's receiving the action? Sandwich. So that's our direct object. It's a noun. It's part of the predicate, not part of the subject. So it must be a direct object. The word a is, of course, an article adjective. And we're going to label this sentence SNVTDOP2. I'm going to try to do it with this program. It might be a little hard, but I'm going to try. So I'm trying to draw a straight line there. So on the top, we're going to write SNVT DOP2. We're going to do a few more examples together, so pause the video, write down these sentences, and try to classify them on your own, and then you can watch the rest of the video and see how they are classified. Okay, the first sentence says, Cliff kicked the football. So who kicked the football? Cliff. Cliff is who the sentence is about, so it's our subject noun. What is being said about Cliff? He kicked. That's what he did. That's the action. So that's a verb. We'll have to wait and see if it's a verb transitive. Cliff kicked what? The football. Is football the same as Cliff? Nope. Football is a noun, though. It's part of the predicate, and it's receiving the action, so it's a direct object. Since it's a direct object, we need to label the verb transitive, or VT. The is an article adjective. We have a period. It's a statement. So this is a declarative sentence. Let's divide the subject from the predicate. Cliff is the subject. Kicked the football is the complete predicate. And this, of course, is our new type of pattern. So it's subject, noun, verb, transitive, direct object, pattern 2. Now let's look at the next sentence. It says, Mom baked cookies today. Who baked cookies today? Mom. Mom is what the sentence is about, so it's our subject, noun. And Mom did what? What is being said about Mom? She baked. It's a verb. It's an action word. We'll have to wait and see if it's a verb transitive. Mom baked what? Cookies. Cookies is a noun. Cookies is not the same as Mom. It's receiving the action. It's a direct object. So we need to make this verb transitive. Mom baked cookies when? Today. So that's, if it's describing when, it's describing the verb, so it's an adverb. We have a period, statement, declarative sentence. So this is a D for declarative sentence. Let's divide the subject from the predicate. Mom is the subject. Baked cookies today is the complete predicate. Let's write our pattern. Subject, noun, verb, transitive, direct object, pattern 2. Our last sentence says, hey, you should call your father. Who should call their father? Who is the sentence about? You. You is a subject pronoun because you is a pronoun. What is being said about you? What should you do? Call. It's our verb. It's our action. Should is another verb that comes right before the main verb, so it must be our helping verb. You should call whom? Your father. Father is a noun. Is it the same as you? It is not. It's part of the predicate. It's receiving the action. It's the direct object. Your. So whose father? Your father. It's describing father. It's a pronoun, so it's a possessive pronoun adjective. It's a declarative sentence because we have a period at the end and it's a statement. Let's divide. Oh, actually, before we do that, though, I almost forgot. We have a direct object here, so we need to label this VT. We have a verb transitive. And now let's divide our subject from our predicate. You is the subject. Should call your father is the predicate. Let's write the pattern. Subject, noun, verb transitive, direct object, pattern 2. Oh, and we have an interjection here. I almost forgot the interjection. Hey, of course, is an interjection. It's not actually part of the subject or the predicate. It's just an interjection. Okay, so that is how you classify each of those sentences. You can now go on to Google Classroom and click on the Google form so you can show me that you understand what we learned today.